Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. The stream will be starting soon. In 10 seconds. Hello, hello. What the hell is happening here? Wait. There we go. How are we all doing, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a couple of weeks since my last stream again. Let me just turn my volume down here. That's a little bit better. Okay. Who do we have in the chat? Sizz with Soul. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Jay Vanis. Vez is in the chat. Harry. David Urban. Huang Pham. Oh no, Hung Pham. Talk with Craig. Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're all doing very well. I'm certainly doing very well today. I've had a really good day. Really good day trading. Harry, I am AI. when I posted this message, that message last night, when I couldn't sleep and I was feeling all sad, I was like, why is this guy saying I should follow followers on Instagram? I was like, is this some AI bot? Because you had like the like semicolons and the dashes that ChatGPT likes to put in, the punctuation that it likes to put in all the time. So I was like, what is this guy? Is this guy real? I don't really know. But clearly you are. Yeah. Sorry about that. Moontech, welcome. Shubil, welcome. So yeah, today, I mean, we've had some really, really, really nice price action on Bitcoin, on altcoins. It's good. It's good to see volatility picking up once again here. And yeah, very, very nice overall. So I've had a fantastic day. I was in a couple of longs last night that came up and hit take profit. BNB in particular was really, really nice. BNB STD.P. This one? Is this where I've charted it? Yeah. So BNB hitting my first TP here, which is really good. I have closed out of that trade for now because I was anticipating a local high, I was anticipating a pullback, but I'm looking to get back into this and continue to trade this up to what the ultimate targets are, which is essentially like if this can continue, if we can get bullish momentum back into the market again, see if it can continue up to its previous range POC, see if it can take liquidity, see if it can come back up to new all-time highs. But I closed out of it because I had a short bias on Bitcoin if we came and swept the highs here. And I got a godlike entry on this earlier on today. So I entered, I shared this with everybody in the chat. 91,860 was my entry on here. And of course, at the moment we do have a spot premium right now, so spot trading above perps. So I know the high came up to like 91.95, but if you look on perps, it didn't get that high on, well, at least where I was trading it. So that was really nice. We also didn't sweep the high on some exchanges, so managed to catch this and front run a load of people, and then essentially this gave what was a 36R trade. Now I took profit on the way down. I went in with half the size that I usually do. So by going in with half the normal size, by taking profit fairly early and then letting it run afterwards, I ended up with about a 7R on this, from what my normal risk would be, or 14R on that particular trade. So it's a pretty decent one. So very, very happy with that. I can take 7 losses in a row now and not have to worry about it. And I've actually just made another win. So as we came into the daily open, I did take a scalp long. I was convinced we were going to bounce there, at least into value area low. And that's precisely what's happened. So I'm now back to being very neutral. The short that I had, I shared it this morning. Before I even took this trade, it was the main plan that I had. So my bias for the day was, if I just do a little screenshot here, this was when Bitcoin was trading, well, beneath those highs. So if I just, hold on, let me get my microphone out of the way. So I shared this in the chat earlier on for those of you who are in Chroma. Looking at scalp short for BTC, which can target daily open. I'm very wary of shorting too early, but either an SFP of today's high or a sweep of internal highs into low time frame imbalance could be good options. The internal highs seem way too clean not to be taken, so I wasn't looking to jump into any short positions too early when price was just ranging down here. I wanted to come up and see a sweep of some of these highs. That is exactly what we got. As soon as we got that, was watching the order flow, told everyone when I'd entered, got my nice position, and then yeah, down we go from there. And this was just, yeah, the way that this, like, at no point was there any reason to close out this trade until we hit daily open, and then we got a great reaction off of that. So yeah, happy today, feeling good, and yeah, I hope some of you guys, I know some of you guys followed along with this trade. Well, maybe people, I don't know if there's anyone in here that followed along with this trade, but certainly some people in the chat earlier on followed along with this trade, made some decent money, so that's very, very good. But yeah, I mean, what do we do today? We're just gonna chill out, take a look at the market, have a little look at the NASDAQ. I had a good session on the NASDAQ yesterday as well. We did our trading room on the Wednesday for New York Open. That was good fun. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, anything they want me to cover, then please do let me know, and I can do that for you. Just got to check a couple of things on my phone. Luke, do you journal your trades, by the way? I journal. I don't journal all of them. I don't journal scalp trades. It's impossible to do that when you're taking so many every day. But essentially, I do. I do journal them because everything is logged and tracked. So I log every trade. I track every trade. So I have stats for every trade. But in terms of actually journaling them and having a thesis for those trades, having a clear, this is my entry, this is my take profit, this is my invalidation, this is my target, all of these kind of things, I don't do that for everything. Certainly not for scalp trades. But something I've been doing recently, for those of you who are not already in Chroma, so for those of you who don't know, Toros has merged with Chroma Trading. It did that a couple of months ago. So everybody that was or is a Toros member got automatic access into Chroma, got given a 2-month trial for that until Black Friday, which is tomorrow. So those trials do expire tomorrow, or today or tomorrow. But for everyone that is in or was in Toros, then I have emailed everybody a discount code. If anyone's not there, then yeah, I can just DM me. If you've been a past or a present member of Toros and you want to continue to access all of these trades and everything that I'm doing, I'm there every single day. We have 3 or 4 live sessions every single day within the server. So it's a really, really great place, thriving community, the kind of thing that Toros was and what I hoped it would be forever, but I was just unable to continue to manage it in the way that I wanted to. And yeah, now we found the community that is very close to the kind of values and the kind of education that what we give at Toros. So if anyone's interested in joining that, then please do reach out to me. We have a special discount code for you if you do want to do that. yeah, that's pretty much my my sales pitch. But yeah, within Chroma, every trade taken is journaled and tracked in Chroma, so it's all completely transparent. I can show you guys right now. Like this is basically these are all the trades that I've taken within the server. If this is going to allow me to post, so I have had like not the best. It's too big. Let me try and just make this a little bit. I haven't had the best month in the world, to be honest. I've been like treading water for much of it. But this is, so basically, yeah, every time I take a trade, it's logged, and then we have all the stats, and that's reported every month. So every trade that I take is shared in real time, and then all of the stats are basically given out at the end of each month. So sharing a little bit of insider information there. But if anyone, like that's the thing, we're not a signals group, but we do we do give some signals from time to time, because we are traders. So yeah. What else have we got? Could you please summarize how you confirmed the 1 minute low time frame short entry and set the invalidation for people here? Yes. Moontech, I made something to auto journal with AI trade coach. Do you want to check it out? Don't want to spam here, but happy to share. Again, drop me a DM. I don't want, like, I'm sure I can trust you, but I don't want random links being posted in here that could end up like, you know how it is. All right. But yeah, I'm happy to check that out because that would be really cool. Harry, was in BNB trade view but got stopped break even on New York Open. That's a shame. Follis is here. Welcome, Follis. Welcome. CYCP. Hello, boss. Edwin Berg is here. All right, cool. Anyway, yeah, Vez, you were asking about the how I was looking at this from a 1 minute time frame. Now, I think the easiest way to do that, as we've got a few minutes before New York Open, we may as well talk about some stuff and talk about this actual trade itself. So let me do one little thing here. And what I can do is pull up the Discord and I can show you through how I was talking through it in the chat. Yeah. Let's put it here. Can people see the writing if it's like that? So yeah, basically here's the trade. Yeah, BTC short. So once again, every time that I take a trade or any time that any of the analysts take a trade, it gets tracked. So you can see the trades that I currently have open. You can click on those. It links you to the trade idea that is there. The trade that I have had earlier on was this. Now, I said as we were there, this is a scalp, so it's going on the tracker a bit late. However, I spoke through my entire process at the moment of entry here. It's only half the usual size, so I was transparent about that. I didn't go in full size on this because it was quite high. Well, not high risk, but it was just a bit of a sniper. I don't want to skew the results, but I think it's worth posting as it's trade live with full transparency. So this is the moment in which I entered, which was at 5:38 p.m. my time. So go to the 1 minute chart. 5:38 p.m. my time is exactly the high. Okay, so that's not my time. Sorry, that's UTC. So that was the exact high. 5. I don't even know. It was sometime. It was at a time. It was 5:38. It was 9:38 UTC. 5:38 my time. And what I was looking at, so we had a few things here. We were watching the order flow. We were watching as everything was like coming in. Someone mashed the red button early, but when we had these buy walls that started to emerge, they were holding. So we were watching this for a while, and we were planning this for a while, about 30 minutes before we actually got these highs. And then there's the one that says like, yeah, here, like, where's it gone? I'm in. And yeah, got 91,860. Spot took the highs. Half size will take another trade. Invalidation isn't clear yet, but yeah, essentially that's the trade. I didn't really see much on the order flow, to be honest. I didn't really see much on the order flow. It was just the fact that Spot took out those highs, and the volume wasn't really there when we did take it out. There were better better signals from the footprint before this happened, and that's why I only went in with half of my usual size. But yeah, basically I just wanted to take it. It was something I've been planning, so I just wanted to take the trade, and yeah, there we go. So again, we were talking through everything. We were looking like when it hit that first TP. You can see everyone else is in here as well talking about this, and some other people that followed the trade. And then follow along. I'll go back into my my little channel here. But yeah, trade started and trade ended exactly as I had planned it. So really nice. Very happy with that. I haven't had a proper like snipey entry like that for a while. So it feels good. Feels good today that I've had that again. Moontek, you see your face? Yes, you do. I see your DM there. And in order to celebrate, I'm having a beer again. Every time I stream recently, I seem to be having a beer. I'm going through a rough time, guys. If anyone did see my, I posted something on X at like 6 o'clock in the morning last night. I couldn't sleep. But I had some some pretty awful news from back home, so I'm going through a tough time. And I'm all on my own out here. But I'm making do. I'm doing as well as I can. That post has now been deleted, by the way, because I thought I had a bot spamming me. Nico Arnold, newbie here. Hi all. Welcome. Okay, so what are we going to look at for the rest of the day? Thank you, JB. Yeah, I'm basically it makes me seem like I'm an alcoholic. Because the last few times I've been on here, I've had a beer, but it is literally just when I do a stream. Because when I'm streaming, it's already 10:30 at night, and I need to get the energy somehow because I'm already kind of tired. I haven't been sleeping very well recently, so I'm like, I'm just gonna have a few beers. I've made some good money today. I'm gonna have a few beers. So that's my thoughts. I am on the cheap stuff today, though. So clearly I didn't make that much money. NQ. I want to look at NQ. I don't know if I want to look at NQ today. Because look at NQ today. Like, I don't know if I want to say what the news was when I'm live. If it starts affecting my work anymore, then I'll let you guys know. But now everything's okay. But yeah, life can be difficult sometimes. Can we really trade? That's not even open. For fuck's sake, the Nasdaq's not even open, Edwin. We can't trade the NQ. It doesn't. There's nobody trading it today. It's Thanksgiving. That's why it looks like this. We don't have. So no, we can't watch the NQ today. It doesn't matter about the New York Open. Oh man. Alright, so crypto. Anyone want me to look at any charts? Otherwise we'll just make this a real quick stream. So distracted by my phone again. Happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate it. Let's take this off. Let's zoom out. Right. Okay. All right. Bitcoin. So funny enough, even before I got this trade today, I was in a long yesterday. And I annoyingly closed that, so I did miss out on what would have been about an 8 or 9 R on that trade. Yesterday I managed to get 2, 3 R out of what was a possible like 8, if you just really take it up towards the highs. The trade plan that I had previously, which was silly, I don't really know why I closed it. Let me try and find the... Yeah, this was the other one. So this was the other one that I shared in Chroma once again. So here, all right. So we got the entry 86,324. I was looking for the POC of our previous range 91,357. So that was the trade that I wanted to take. The reasons I had for taking it, and everything else that was going on there. So that was the trade that I took. But then I ended up doing a silly thing. Order flow looking good, and BTC. Oh no, this was reason for closure. Closing out the remainder of this trade as we're trading down on the day, rejecting session VWAP. No clear trades to be made as we're in balance in the day week so far. So basically, I got out when it was here, entered down here. And I just saw balance. I wanted to see a bit of an extension away from that, but just wasn't able to see this one through. But if you actually look at the plan, 91,350 was the target that I had for this. And where did we get to? 91.8. So yeah, we exceeded the target for that. So that's a bit of a bummer. I did close out of that one early. But if we're looking at major support and resistance now, I think the main thing we have to be aware of is the single prints. What we cannot see at this stage is price getting acceptance back inside these single prints. Okay, it's fine if we dip into it. Like if price does come down and dip into these lows, or dip into 89.4, around 89,400, fine. But if we start closing 1 hour, 4 hour candles inside there, then we're just going to bar all the way back down again. And we don't really want to see that, because if that happens, I think we start having to look at the lower 80Ks again, rather than a reclaim of 90K, which is what we're currently looking at now. So these single prints are okay. You can see them as we got the move up. They're very, very, very clear. So from 89,450 down to 87,600, we do have clear imbalance there, but we really, really do not want to see anything that does this inside it. Otherwise, we're just going to go all the way through. So if we do drop down into there today, tomorrow, over the weekend, we want to get that quick reaction, recovery, and then on to new highs if this is to remain bullish. I don't know if we're going to go down there. That's the reason why, for me, taking it back into daily open, testing daily open once, that could be enough. We could continue pushing on from here. We're going to have a low volume weekend. We're not going to have a whole lot going on. Like, I know it's only a Thursday, but we are essentially on weekend volume until next Monday. Because the markets are closed today, they're only open for half a day tomorrow. It's holiday season for America. So yeah, I'm not expecting too much to happen really. So that's really Bitcoin. If we're going to continue higher, I've talked about this before, then next target for me is 97. All right, we've got yearly open to contend with. All right, we rejected off that terribly when we first lost, the first time we lost it. Really, really bad. So we've got to deal with yearly open. But for me, the main area that I want to see, that I really would like to see tested, is around that like 97k zone. So it's in here. So if we can bounce back up to here, I think that would look really nice. At the moment, we're just like testing into value area. We're at value area low of the year. Yes, value area low of the year on spot. We're approaching yearly open. So it could just be another dead cat bounce, and we're going to continue lower. But if we can get up to 97, then I think my bias would start to look bullish again. It's got to get to 97 basically for me to start to feel bullish again. And then it depends, like, can we hold yearly open if we get a pullback afterwards? So if we have any chance of continuing this bull market, then what I want to see is a push up to 97k, hold around yearly open. It can pull back, it can do this kind of thing, and then continuation on towards new highs after that. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll just have to take it level by level as always. But regardless, what we've seen the last few days has been the first time since all-time high. So since that all-time high, the very first time that we've seen any like sustained bullish momentum on the chart. So it could happen. There's definitely a bit of a switch going on here. There's definitely, it feels like something's in the air. It feels like something's changed. But we have to wait and see. And that's why I don't really have too much exposure right now. That's why I closed out of my long a little bit early. I was unsure of the way the market was looking. It's also why I've closed out of this short already. Because you just take it level to level, just take the easy trades, just take the easy setups, the stuff that you can be fairly confident about. And that generally is going to reward you well, because it doesn't really matter what price does, you can just continue to make some money. Just here getting as much YouTube as I can before I delete my account because of digital ID requirements now in Australia on 10th of December. Yeah, I might switch to Twitch, or go back to Kick or somewhere like that, because now I've got a little bit of I guess we're getting some new people in here. Thing is, I started on YouTube, I gained 23,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I'm very reluctant to go to a new platform where I have like 0 subscribers. But if all of you guys subscribe to me on Twitch, I do have a Twitch account. It's probably just Twitch/Taurus Crypto. Go and have a look for it. Subscribe, follow, do whatever you do on Twitch. Maybe I'll move over there because I think it's a nicer platform to stream on. Anyway, for crypto stuff, you can bring in a bit more newbies, a bit more normies on that platform, whereas YouTube's maybe a bit too high IQ for me and for you, but definitely me. Whereas Twitch has the degens, or Kick definitely has the degens. Or Pump Fun. I'll start trading on Pump.fun. Twitch also got digital ID requirements, but Twitch has a lot of action. Australia's just shit then, eh? That's basically what it is. The UK are probably going to do something similar. but oh well. Yeah, so is this a short squeeze push-up? I think it is, yeah. Yeah, I think we did squeeze shorts. That is what we did. So as we were, you can see how clean this was. So you can see how we were just chopping around, and as we were down here, this is where the uncertainty for me came in. This is why I ended up closing out of my trade. And there was a temptation. I was tempted at one stage in the day to look for a short. I don't really have any confirmation to do that, but instead of looking for a short, I closed my long. But there were a lot of shorts opening yesterday. A lot of shorts opening. So when that happened, and we're just holding around the POC, you're going to expand in one direction or the other, right? It's inevitable. So that it had to happen. And the structure that we have, at least locally, was up. The Nasdaq's been looking really good. Indices, equities have been looking really good. So I had a very clear bias that we were looking for continuation higher on the NQ yesterday, which again is exactly what we got. So we traded this yesterday, and it was really nice. So I managed to catch some good trades on the NQ. Yeah, then Bitcoin ended up following it. But we're at resistance. A lot of stuff's at resistance. You're looking at ETH, kind of weak in comparison. However, the BTC pair is looking okay. So yeah, does anyone have any chart requests? Let's do some chart requests for a little bit, because I can't trade the NQ today, so I have no idea what to talk about. I do this for New York Open live session, but there's nothing going on. There's nothing live. Bitcoin, Mon, Sol, Doge, XRP. Okay. That gives me some stuff to work with. Let me move my mic so I can access my keyboard. You know what I used to do chart requests. You have to super chat me. So if anyone wants to super chat me for a chart request, then I'll definitely do it. If not, then I maybe will do it. Right, where do we start? Are you seriously? Okay, yeah, NQ is kind of moving. I don't know if you're allowed to trade this today if you're on prop firms. So just be careful, make sure you check the rules. I'm not sure if you're allowed to trade today, or whether if you do take a trade, it will breach your account. Check the rules for holiday. Right, what was the first one? Farcoin. Top-down analysis of Forex. If you reached your account, man. Shit. Well, that ended badly. Whatever that was, I drew on there a while ago. Right. Let's mark that off as a monthly, because it's clearly semi-relevant, at least on the higher time frames. Take a look at the weekly. Now it's not relevant at all. Doesn't need to be there. Weekly's good. If you get a weekly engulfing, When was the last time we had a bullish weekly engulfing candle? We haven't. So this would be the first bullish engulfing. Basically in its history, it took 2 weeks to engulf this. All-time highs. So that is a clear change in momentum. So yeah, previous week high up here. So this is important to hold. You want to see the week holding around previous week high. And look at the back test. Beautiful. That would have been a nice trade. Long off of the back test of previous week high. If that fails, you've got a daily FVG down here. And if it doesn't fail, then, well, where are you going to go? You're going to go up here. That's the next stop. So you got this. There's your daily. This is clean. This is surprisingly clean. If you really want to go for it, and you think that that this is bullish, then just straight away around here you've got a 4-ish up. And just keep trading with this trend that we're in now. Not bad. And if you get a continuation on it, 7. Not bad at all. Any more confluence? Got like a nice round 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, something like that. It's difficult when things have been bouncing a lot already, but Edwin, I need to check I received an email about this yesterday. You would have received an email about the opening hours yesterday as well. Okay, so Thursday, trading will cease at 12 p.m. CT, reopen at 5 p.m. CT. So you're still okay, you're fine for trading now. Tomorrow, trading will cease at 12:15 p.m. CT. And today and tomorrow on the NQ, for any CME contract, is classed as one single day. So you can trade it, you're fine to trade it. You will not receive your P&L, you won't know your P&L or whatever. It's classed, so today and tomorrow classed as one day. You can only trade the morning session. So, yeah. So you're not in breach, it's fine, but you can only trade the morning session. And tomorrow you can only trade the morning session, and anything that you do today or tomorrow is just classed as a single day. So that is the CME rules for... Sorry, I just vaped. I'm disgusting. Why did I do that? Just in front of the camera. I should turn the camera off when I do that. I don't even use this. The only time I use one of these is when I have a drink. Let me turn off the camera, I want it. What else was there? So yeah, Fartcoin. I've never smoked. Yeah, I've never smoked cigarettes. I think because I'm like ridiculously ADHD, as you can probably tell from when I stream, because I get distracted by, like, I was just talking about Fartcoin and then I saw a comment and I just completely lost my train of thought. I don't even know if I finished analyzing Fartcoin. I don't know. I don't care. This is my stream, my rules. I can do what I want. So, Solana we're looking at. Great. This looks good. Actually, it looks quite good. If you're thinking just like Elliott wave kind of thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You come down, you take out the 4. You get a continuation, then you're gunning for all-time highs again. Now, I don't want to be a bull-tard, but you could look at this as, when you zoom out, it starts to look a bit more like a distribution. But zoom out, looks more like a distribution, looks like we could be going lower, in which case, I mean, going back down to $60 or so seems likely if we're going to go into a bear market here. But you look at it from here onwards, that's quite a decent looking chart. So you're just going, so these are your two external high-low. You've put in a high, you've put in a low, you've taken out internal lows. Now if this is going, this has to hold. This is the thing, this is why trading at the moment, after the dump that we've had, taking swing long positions is really easy because we cannot go and take out these lows again. Like, if we do, it's kind of all over. So yeah, if we come back down to these lows and revisit these lows again, I think the market's done. The market's done for. So we want to see this continuation. We want to see a bit more momentum here. Solana's not looking great. Did it even take out these highs today? This is just Binance. I don't know if it did on perps, if it took out those highs. But yeah, steady uptrend. Where could you look to? I think a lot of these things are looking good for another push up. Really. What's Bitcoin up to now? So it has too much resistance and pullbacks on that move up. Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean. It's like every time you make a low, you come back in. That's fill the imbalance, bounce here. The only thing that you would really look for a trade would be up here. So if you're longing down here, you could be targeting 215. It's a long way away. But basically this gap here, swept, drop. So if we come up and take these highs again, the chances are you're continuing on to these ones because we've already done that. We've already tested that once. So really it's only here. Like that's the, so you could go for a swing. You're going to have fibs lining up really well there. 702. 702 is powerful. It's just enough to stop out anyone that gets in around the 618. Not enough to give anyone an entry at the 786. Powerful level. Exactly halfway between the 618 and the 786. Very nice. And the amount of times the market reacts around there, you'll be surprised. But yeah, Solana, there's not a lot going for it. It's not looking that interesting. It's not one of the ones that's been... Like, the thing with BNB is it had a nice range, so you could get the trade to get an impulse. For BNB, we're maybe a week or so away from that. Like, if this can coil around here, then maybe poof, you can get that pop, right? Which is what you want to see, but you want to see it coil up a little bit more than this, I think. A little bit too steady. What else was there? XRP. XRP, I believe, looks cleaner for a long. Actually looks really quite nice for a long. We're going to remove this again. And this is the difference here. Whereas Solana has done this, downtrend, 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 boom, 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 boom. And then it's like here, right? It hasn't come back above these highs, or rather it's here. Okay, it's just trading around. Hasn't taken out these highs. With BNB, you've gone down, 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 boom, 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 and then you're here. All right, so there's been a bit more of a shift. Not BNB, XRP. There's been a bit more of a shift, and this looks decent for some kind of continuation. It's minor. It's not perfect. You're still caught within this. But that is a really clear high, or a really clear candle close. So the fact that price is just trading around there, is attempting to break out, it is just consolidating. It looks better, in my opinion, than Solana. Yesterday as well, we did sweep previous day lows. And we are at some kind of support here. This has been I like Solana for a long, like right here, right now, because this was the same idea that I had on BNB. We shouldn't be going down and taking out previous day lows at this stage. We should be, if we're going to stay bullish, we should stay bullish. Okay. Now, you could draw your invalidation all the way down here. You could draw it all the way down at the lows. You could do that kind of thing. But we're looking locally. XRP. Yeah, what am I saying? I don't even know how to talk today. XRP. And the target's clear. On the 4 hour, that's very, very clean. Now, is there anything else we can do? How's the volume? At the POC, not the best place in the world to be opening a position. But if you're desperate to open positions, then what can you do? You either got to look for better assets, or if you really want to trade XRP, then it ain't bad. The downtrend that we've been in since November 10th, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, higher, high. We want a shallow, higher, low. We do not want a deep retrace. If we do get a deep retrace, then again, you're looking back down below $2. So that's why you want to just be invalidated early on something like this. We already swept previous day low yesterday on the Wednesday. So the fact that that's happened I think we can go for the highs. So that's there as an idea. I'm not going to mark up my chart too much. It's just kind of just eyeballing it and seeing what I can find. What else is there? Doge. The other one I want to talk about is Tau. Okay, I'm going to talk about Tau, and then maybe I'll talk about Doge. But Tau is my other long, other than Aster, right? Not RV, Aster. So I am long Tau. I really like this. This support has been very, very clear for a long time. Dropped into it once, dropped into it twice, had 10-10, made new highs, back into it again here. This is clear demand around $300. Okay, so I'm long from 306, and it's the same thing. I do not want to see Monday lows go. And in fact, now I can say Tuesday lows. I don't want to see them go. We're in an uptrend locally. Okay, but regardless, I do not want to see Monday lows go. This is just coiling up nicely. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll have to wait and see, but this is looking very similar to what BNB was looking like yesterday, and we got a real nice pop. Now the thing with this is you've got like highs. This can really squeeze. So if it starts to go for it, it's really going to go for it. The other thing I want is because I want exposure to Tau, because we have a halving coming up in 2 weeks. It's between like the 10th and the 14th of December. So Tau's first halving is coming up. I like the project itself. I do think it is something that's going to stay. I think it's going to end up being like one of those, end up being like an OG coin further down the line. I think it's really got lasting like staying power. The tokenomics, same as Bitcoin. Okay, it's 21 million supply. It's all of this kind of thing, and it has a halving, and it's like very much like the next evolution of the Bitcoin idea of mining it and getting really good value. So for Tau, I think there's a good opportunity here around $300. Maybe one day it ends up at $100,000 like Bitcoin does. I think that's highly unlikely, but we'll see. So yeah, it's a good opportunity. I like the chart, and I like the actual asset itself. So I wanted to talk about that one today. I think it looks good. So I am long on Tau. Doge. Not so nice. Yeah, Doge needs to do more. I can't really say anything more. It just needs to do more. Right. You could look to short this if it loses the trend. I'm really hoping we just continue like this. We just keep this going a little bit longer. Like, this is constructive for me, because what happens, you get this all the time when you come out of like significant lows. You just get this TWAPy grinding up effect that comes up into resistance, then eventually you just go poof. Yeah. So you just get opportunities, these little opportunities to buy gradually, steadies on the way up. And as long as that continues to hold, this is why if you're longing right now, it's really, really easy. Like, if you're longing Doge, you don't need your invalidation down here. You just need it here, right? If we're going to break this trend, it's going to go back down to the lows anyway, because it's going to be a macro thing. That's the only thing that's really going to cause these to pull back, is if the macro starts to pull back. And then you start to look for deeper retraces, for sweeping the lows again, that kind of thing. So you can keep stops fairly tight on longs now, which is nice. done an hour here. I don't. The thing is, I've been talking because I've been trading this live like all day already, just in the chat. I don't really feel I have too much more to discuss today. And we don't have a market to really look at, and I'm beyond just charting for the sake of charting now. A little bit, I don't know. I don't want to do that today. So I might wrap this up soon. If anyone has any final questions or anything, then please let me know. But yeah, just a reminder, if you're not already subscribed, please make sure you do. If you want more access to myself and to the community, then join Chroma Trading. I haven't actually got the link for that here, but yeah, reach out. Okay, send me a message, drop me a DM if once again, as I say, if you have been a Toros member at any stage, you get a nice there's a nice offer for you, and it's not gonna last forever. It's like a Black Friday thing, so there's a good offer for you. So if you want to join, if you enjoyed being in Taurus and you thought that was good value, then Chroma is like that times more. Okay, because there's just a lot more going on there. It's a big, like really big community, fantastic community, really good value for everyone, and we're all winning together, which is really nice. So yeah, the things that I wasn't able to do by managing a community, like Follis and the guys are just doing a fantastic job, and that's where I wanted to be there, and that's why we're there now. So yeah, if you guys are interested in joining, please reach out. I'm gonna call it here because it was so exciting earlier, and now it's just gone flat because America's just on holiday. Asia is about to go to bed. It's the afternoon in Europe. There's nothing happening. So thank you, everybody. Moontech, I'm not going to look at the order flow right now. I've been looking at that all day. There's not going to be anything on the order flow here because it's flat. So there's nothing that I'd be able to say that's of any use. I can just have a very, very quick look on the CVD, and I can tell you that spot is buying, perps are selling within this little local range that we have. That leads me to think that we're still bullish. Okay, so the low could be in on this particular correction from this particular uptrend, which is why I'm very happy that I took profit on this trade exactly where the target was, which was at daily open. Cool. That'll be that. There's more questions. Are there any discounts on exit charts Black Friday? I don't know. I don't think they do discounts. I use Market Monkey Terminal now. They do have a discount. So if you want a good order flow software, Market Monkey has a 60% discount right now. Yep. I'll speak to you in the DMs, Moontech. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you again.